Alright guys, I know it's always sad, but this is going to be the last video on this 1972 Corvette. So if you guys remember, back in May, I've been seeing this car for 6 years out in the field, and I finally tracked down the owner to sell it to me. It took that long, but got it to run, got it to drive, got it to stop, and it's been cold, so I haven't been recording it, but the interior is pretty much all done. I'll show you that in a minute, but there's a couple things that we need to do before we basically list it for sale, and that is we're going to replace the rear differential fluid because we just haven't done that, and we're going to put the rear bumpers on it. It can't be a chrome bumper car without chrome bumpers, so we're going to do that. As of right now, it's been sitting for probably a week or so, so let's see how well she starts up. It's probably 45 degrees or so out today. Let's see what she does. Don't look at the interior. You're not allowed to see it yet. Sure smells better in here than it did before.
I don't feel like the choke went on all the way.
Running pretty good for a cold day. Don't look at the interior. Alright. Pull it in the shop. One thing I want to do before it goes up for sale is I want to change out the diff fluid. Never done it. It's not leaking, but it's just, you know, we did the oil, we did the transmission, we did the power steering, we did all the brakes, so the only fluid left in the whole car is the diff. So I know we checked this at one point, but we'll take this off. It's best to do it when it's, you know, warm, not stone cold, so 10 miles on the highway, it'll warm it up a little bit. And I have my sucker gun here, and we're gonna suck it all out.
What we get?
Oh yeah. So here's the first go around. It looks good. You might think that's water, but those are just bubbles made from frothing it up as you're going down the highway. It's not surprising that that's what they look like. So we'll drain this all out and we'll put the new stuff in it. Alright, we have it all out. It's gonna be about a quart. A little bit over a quart is usually what these take. Now, here is the fluid that I use. They changed this number recently. I made a video on how to do this, and that number is no longer valid, so this is the right number. Basically, you just want Dexron gear oil 7590 AC Delco. That's it. They'll change that number every 5 years or so, but the main thing you want is this additive. You need to put this in and make sure it's this one. I've seen people use other stuff and blow their diffs up, so use this. But basically, you just put it in until it overflows. It's a pretty simple thing. So the car, amazingly, came with this assembly manual. It survived in the barn for all those years the car was outside. Anyway, I opened it up just to show you kind of how everything attaches. So basically you have 4 brackets per bumper. You have one that goes on the inside. You have 1, 2 that go in the middle, and then one on the very end on the side. So looking at our bumpers, we have hardware and we have the inside brackets. I believe we have brackets for the outside, and then I don't know if we have the side ones. Let's go under and look. Oh. Alright, so looking at this side, we have a side, and we have 1, 2 middle, and then here we have a made up one. Okay, so that one's been made, but I guess it will work. Then we have a side. Looks like we're missing the very side one. I'm gonna see if I have an extra one of those. I don't know, but I mean, honestly, this bumper will hold on with 3 out of the 4 brackets. But yeah, looks like we're missing one. Well, doesn't that look just a million times better? It hides all the crappy paint that's under these bumpers. So we'll get the other side on and keep on working. I did replace. I added a letter. I had an extra one, so I added that. So it's not long. It is no longer the Orvette. It's a Corvette. There we go. Driver quality chrome bumpers for driver quality car. We'll still shine a little bit on them. We can get some of this out. Again, they've been sitting in a barn for so long. So you can get these re-chromed. They'd be really good for re-chroming because they're not, you know, dented or really rusty. Here, this one has a little bit of scratches on it. You can kind of see it in there. It's a little. This one's a little worse than the other, but we can at least get our fingerprints off of it. I'll tell you what, this car has come a long way since I drug it from the field. I know it doesn't look it, you know, just because, you know, the paint's so crappy. But yes, I washed the hood off. You're welcome. You thought I wasn't going to do that, but I did. So, could you imagine what this car looked like back in, I guess now it would have been 2005 or so, 2010, give or take, when the dummy put it in the field? Can you imagine what it looked like? Anyway, all I know is that 2 years ago when I first saw it in person, the paint was a lot better than it is now. But let me show you the interior. So, if you guys remember, there was really almost nothing to work with on the interior. It was all stripped out, but even with that, I had to do what I had to do. So I replaced what I needed to, and then I fixed and reused what I could. So we'll start with the door panels. If you remember, the door panels that I got, well, these aren't them. These are a set of used door panels that used to be black. I made them blue. They look really good. Again, they're not perfect. The armrests could use some love, but you know what? If you can't use the part at all, this is the next best thing. Next is going to be the dash. So all the dash and center console pieces are original, just dyed again. Same with the actual top dash pad. It sadly got a crack while installing it, but I had to replace the A-pillar posts because, well, guess what? They just didn't exist. And then there's the upper panels, which are also all original. Let me see if the other side, looking at it from this direction, it's hard to film or take pictures of any of this stuff, just because. There you go. So again, for the most of this interior, it's almost all original. This door panel, again, it's used. It's got some cracks, but it's way nicer than no door panel. Now, here's the thing. The seats and the carpet, I had to replace them. I couldn't not replace them. So these seats, brand new foam, brand new covers, brand new carpet, and also brand new seat belts. If I don't have them, I can't restore them. So that's kind of what had to happen. In the back, everything like it should be, connected up. The last thing I want to mention is the wiper door. I do have it, but these arms for the wiper door mechanism are completely broken. So there's no sense in putting it on if you have to replace that. But the wiper door will come with the car. So now we're going to drive it around. I won't do a I want to do a time lapse because I'm basically just going to drive it, a couple miles down the road and a couple miles back, and you can listen to it. You can hear it and tell me what you think. All right. So there's still an exhaust leak from in between the headers and the exhaust. I have new gaskets for it. They'll come with the car. The one issue I have with this car is now that the seats are in and they're new and they're beautiful, I don't fit anymore. Like I literally, it's too tall for my head. Oh, neighbor dogs. Y'all better watch out. You're gonna get run over. Driving with 2 feet. Probably shouldn't do that. Going around 50. There is some play in the steering, but it cruises straight. Good brakes. I mean, it's got all brand new brakes. It's got good used tires in it. Doesn't bang when it goes into gear. It's got a good reverse. It goes in all 3 speeds. So basically, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna take pictures of it. A couple more, little short videos for sale. But if you're interested in it, let me know. My email will be down at the bottom. Send me an email. I will be asking $15,000 for this car. It has a clear title. Runs, drives, stops, does all the stuff it's supposed to do. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next Corvette project. Alright guys, you made it through the pictures. Thank you for doing that, and you made it to the end of this video. So, 95% of the people that watch videos on YouTube don't actually watch it till the end. But I'm gonna have a little special surprise for you that actually do. I haven't really announced this to anybody. Nobody really knows about this other than my family, but the wife and I purchased some property. We're building a house on it. And of course, when you build a house, well, you have to build yourself a shop. So, in honest truth, YouTube didn't pay for this. I'm no Vice Grip Garage where I make $300,000 a year on YouTube. Basically, YouTube pays for a couple bills. But we've been saving for years and years and years. And I'd like to introduce you guys to the new shop for all the projects that will be on my YouTube channel. What do you guys think? So this is a 26-foot by 60 metal building. It is only 2 weeks old. So just got it done. I'll show you guys the inside of it. As beautiful and brand new as you can imagine. So the question I have for you guys is, I'll be putting a lot of work in on this shop. I mean, floors, electrical, insulation, lifts, you name it, yada yada. The question I have for you guys is this something you want to see? Do you guys want to see content on this? So let me know what you guys think about that. If you watched this far, thank you for watching this far. But we will have another project Corvette soon. You guys saw I put out the video on the Big Block 73. I have another video on that coming soon. So appreciate you guys watching, and if you watched this far, let me know in the comments. You tell me what you think.